Manufacturer of fine furnishing and parts is Company A. To solve the problems with internal communication between the production, marketing, and product delivery department, the researchers created a process for developing business models. The process involved 5 steps, which is content design, idea creation, evaluation of idea based on communication, customer relationship, core index analysis, and discussion with personnel. Next, Company B is cutting-edge business that creates products and sells measuring and repair system for collision damage cars. The production, marketing, and sales department all face difficulties. To overcome all these obstacles, they used a similar business model creation producer. The process include content and participant definition, idea creation, idea evaluation, and core index analysis, and workshop to discuss and determine actions.
Company A used a strategy where most of the ideas may rise from the most senior workers. Company A also claims it was important to find and express ideas from senior workers. The development approach was beneficial because it made and expressed information available and acknowledged and heard the thoughts of the senior workers. Finding tested ideas from senior workers can be an effective internal communication strategy for several reasons. For example, foster inclusivity and engagement by giving silent employees a voice and giving them a place to share their thoughts. This will increase their sense of engagement and belonging. Employees are more inclined to participate actively and feel inspired to share their original ideas when they believe that their opinions are valued. Other than that, it helps overcome communication barriers. Some workers could be reluctant to speak up because of linguistic or cultural barriers, shyness, or other factors. It is possible to close the communication gaps and make sure that everyone is heard, regardless of their communication preference or style, by actively seeking out their thoughts. Organizations should establish a welcoming and inclusive environment, promote open communication, offer several avenues for idea submissions such as suggestion box, anonymous feedback mechanism, and designative brainstorming sessions in order to effectively implement this strategy.
Internal communication is a major theoretical focus within the fields of corporate communications, management, and public relations. Regards internal communication as intangible resources incorporating knowledge and elegance. Other scholars describe internal communication as a system that enables communicative interaction among employees and promote internal organizational relationship. The strategy that had been used in company was the participative business model techniques as a part of an innovation process. In this era, the science and technology dimension determines what the technology and knowledge is available to create also capture the new value along the value chain. In the industry dimension, affects the business model's value network by reflecting the process and willingness of others along the supply chain to collaborate or compete in the needs. Company B faced a few challenges in internal communication between production, marketing, and sales departments. By using the business model techniques in marketing department, Company B do the discover changes in the customer needs, otherwise company views. By using the business model techniques, company show the improvement in the internet communication for process. Client achieve their invoice more quickly and effectively. Company B's goal was that the managers and bosses should know what is happening in the field or workplaces and should be more aware of any reclamation. In that strategy, Company B used MAP as the workflow to make the employee understand, analyze, and make positive change in any process of work. Company B used the business model techniques such as usage the diagram to help the employee to visualize the process and make the better decision. Company B has the experience of the development process that committed and inspire employees and make the problem in the in the company B clearly and more understandable to all the workers. The business model techniques have the process such as a graphical representation to use in the business process and also have standard objects. Company B used that strategy by practicing them to improve the internal communication. In this company, the employee has the awareness from the challenges that faced by the company B. In this company, all the action need to be looked out by the managers or the boss of the company to consist the strategies that have been used since the company used the customer feedback as the motivator to improve in every single process in that company.
Next, we will talk about how far do you agree with the company's internal communication activities and what the improvement that can be made. While we agree with the proposed solution and also the recommendation to the problems, the solutions that are stated are limited to only a few, while there are many ways to solve and also to improve the internal communication. The internal communication is very important at the company just to make sure the development of the company is started with staff and employees itself. This is the strong and actionable suggestion to make for the company A better in internal communication, which is to keep their leadership in supportive communication and strengthening the connection between each other. This improvement of internal communication in the company or organization is very important for productivity and overall result in the future. Communication is very important within each other, especially employees need to make a good connection just to make sure the environment in the workplace will not affect the work given and the result. Company A says that most important ideas may arise from the silent worker, but in the organizational culture, communication within each other was very useful other than from the silent worker. As we can understand, the way stated above, which is to keep leadership in supportive communication and also to make strong connection, need to be clear enough to all the employees in the company. Sometimes, the leadership behavior can influence the attitude of employees and can give effects or impact on their organizational outcomes that have been focused on before this. So it is good if the company A have the silent worker that will give them the ideas, but it is not enough and they need improvement by strengthening the connection and relationship between the leader and employees to make sure the creative idea, feedback and many more are not from the one side only, but it can be happen to all the employees in the company. It will get many kind of idea or feedback for company A, and people in the work can improve their way of behavior to be better for their company's future in the organizational culture.
The suggestion for Company B is to increase internal communication by encouraging employees' feedback. It fosters atmosphere where workers feel free to voice out their thoughts, ideas and concerns. By asking for feedback, Company B shows its employees that they value and respect their opinion. Company B can use various feedback mechanisms, for instance, setting either physical or digital suggestion boxes where staff members can submit their ideas anonymously. Apart from that, encouraging feedback by conducting survey to get input from employees on certain issues like organizational culture, work procedures or corporate rules. It can be distributed via email or online platforms. Other than that, through open forums like town hall meetings or departmental meetings where employees can share their thoughts directly with management. They can ask questions, voice concerns and offer suggestions. Additionally, it is possible for Company B to use digital tools to encourage continuous feedback. By acting upon employee feedback, Company B demonstrates that they value the input received. This builds trust and credibility among employees, further enhancing the effectiveness of the participative business model. All things considered, soliciting employee input is a critical change that can greatly improve internal communication inside Company B. The organization can increase employee happiness and ultimately the success of business by cultivating a culture where feedback is respected, sought for, and acted upon.